Well, what do we have here? A lonely human. Be not afraid. My company here isn't posing any danger to you. At least, for as long as you aren't posing any threat to me. Who am I? Curious, aren't we? Well, I can't blame you. It's probably not every day you see a man followed by some creatures as these. So, as you might have guessed, or maybe not, I am what people call a Forgemaster. Please don't panic. I don't know what you think of us or what you know, but seeing your reaction, I guess you heard about what we do. Or most of us at least. No, I'm not here to kill you and turn you into some creature of the night. These you see here with me are just here for my own protection. And trust me when I say, the people who they used to be won't be missed by anyone. How can I be so sure of that? They were criminals of the worst kind. You still think I can't be sure if someone misses them? They could have been husbands, fathers, and sons. Maybe you have a point. But still, I don't think I did the world a disservice. No, it was for my own goals. And their actions that they ended up like that. Anyway, would you mind if I take a seat? I've traveled far and wide, and I am in need of some rest. Foul creature? Who? Me? No one deserves to be turned into a monster like these. And I don't have any authority to judge? Possibly. But then again, do you? Would you have vouched for these souls? If you would have seen them acting like I saw them in front of the people they oppressed, can you say the people they brought suffering upon, forgive them because every soul is precious? If so, what about their souls? So you see, there's no real good or bad, but rather, let's call it, different perspectives. In any case, would you allow me to sit next to you now, since, well, you know I don't wish any harm upon you? You seem like a good person, you know. Maybe a little bit naive. But that's not a bad thing per se. I'm still curious though myself. What are you doing out here? The next village is miles away. Not to mention the next city. You couldn't be further away from civilization if you tried. Was this on your own choosing, or some other reason? Both, you say? Well, you certainly sparked my curiosity even further. How about this? I'll brew us a cup of tea, and you can tell me a bit more about yourself. Don't worry, as I said, I don't want to harm you in any way. so the tea won't be poisoned or anything like that. How am I going to make tea without a fire? Do not worry. I've traveled for a long time, so I have some tricks up my sleeve. Calm down. I just need a knife to make a spark. I always carry some wood with me to make a small fire. Should be enough to warm up some water. There we are. Just to pour in some water, and now we wait. So, what about your story now? Of course, you don't have any obligation to tell me if you prefer not to. But I've been told that I'm a good listener. And before you say anything, no, it wasn't by my creatures there. If it makes you feel more comfortable, I can send them away. I feel like you're still quite tense. Is it because of them? Of course. No, I can understand that. I wasn't always the man you see before you. This was a foreign concept to me as well. I only became what I'm now because of necessity. I thought I could protect someone dear to me. But in the end, it wasn't enough. I lost someone dear to me. And ever since, I've wandered the world. Maybe out of grief, maybe to cope, or just leave the past behind me. Stop people who set out on a similar path. Maybe I set out to avenge them. Who knows? I can't even tell myself anymore, it's been so long. Anyway, here's your tea. Be careful, it's still rather hot. It's an herbal blend with some sweet notes. Oh, apologies. I'm drifting off topic. Where was I again? Ah, yes, my past. Is it that obvious that I tried changing topic? I'm sorry. Even though this all happened a long time ago, it's still difficult to speak about it. But, in all honesty, it's kind of nice to have someone to speak to. We haven't talked like this in ages. Traveling with my regular companions isn't bad, but they aren't really talkative. If I remember correctly, that's something I used to be. Funny how the mind works. What did you say? Oh, as I said before, you don't have to share your story. I'll probably have to leave and get going again. I can only travel after dark. What I'd like to know, though, is what you plan to do now. Are you going to travel further? Stay here? In this desolate place? You're not sure? Well, if I'm allowed to make a proposal. Seeing you don't seem to hate me as much as when you first talked to me, and you don't seem to have planned something, would you like to travel with me? I've taken a liking to you, and I think it would be a shame if I would not be able to continue talking to you. I mean, it would be safer for you, and the company of a human would be a welcome change. Of course, the choice, if you want to travel with me, is in your hands. I won't force you. You'd like to? Those are some fine news then. Before we set out to go, let me just ask you one question. What is your name? Ah, fine name if you ask me. Of course, I have to give you my name as well, even if it would be just out of courtesy. My name is Giacomo. The safe travels friend.